You know what I really want to see come out now that we're in this age of Dragon Ball and anime games in general, where they're kind of like giving us a little bit of everything. Well, that's just mostly for Dragon Ball if you think about it. For all the other anime games, they're kind of sticking to the usual formula just because there's not really a consistent game that's been coming out as much as we're getting with Dragon Ball. I mean, there was Naruto, but they actually stopped doing Naruto games for the longest. And for the love of God, we desperately need something for Naruto. Can I get everyone in the comments say, please give us a new Naruto game in 2022? It's not gonna happen, but maybe like 2023. Essentially, just say you want some Naruto games. But I guess for the Dragon Ball formula, now they're kind of like focusing on doing a little bit of everything. As you guys know, we got Xenoverse to cover, basically the 3D arena fighter side of things. You have Dragon Ball, actually right here. You got Dragon Ball Fighters, that's an actual fighting game. Like I said, you got Xenoverse for a 3D arena fighter. You got Kakarot right there, which is supposed to be the, I guess, RPG, boneless, but it is an RPG aspect of things. And even within that game, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! We have Dragon Ball Card Warrior, which is fun. You know what we're really missing right now? And I feel like this is the perfect time to do it. Literally the perfect time to do it. Bandai Namco, if you happen to see this video in Japan, you gotta do this. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are gonna get behind this idea as well, just because it's a good idea and it's kind of missing in the space. It might not be everyone's favorite type of thing, but I mean, you guys saw the title of the video and thumbnail. We need a Smash style game for anime games. Not even just for Dragon Ball specifically. I'm talking about just in general, like a Smash style game. And the reason why I said the timing is perfect more than ever right now is because Jump Force is literally shutting down, I believe in February, next month, a couple weeks. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I mean, I assume you'll still be able to do P2P connections and play with your friends, but everything else in the game is shutting down, I think. I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. If you play Jump Force, I'm not gonna make fun of you, rest in peace. You know, it is what it is. But Jump Force had a lot of potential to be what should have been a Smash game, especially with the games we've been getting in the last couple of like months / year and a half. I'm only referring to because we had Smash that came out a couple years ago, and that game's been dominating for the longest. I mean, Smash is a fan favorite game for a lot of gamers, and we've never really had a game really capture that as well. I mean, there's been a lot of knockoffs that came out, like PlayStation All-Stars, stuff like that, and even recently Nickelodeon All-Stars, which I actually enjoyed for what it was. But let's be real, the problem with Nickelodeon All-Stars is they released that game way too early. It should have had voices, it should have had more maps, it should have had more music, and they kind of dropped the ball. They had so many eyes in that game, and they decided to drop the ball. And I think the most recent DLC character they got was Garfield. I don't know if that even came out, but I did see in the news that Garfield was going to be free DLC added to the game. And a while back, I remember seeing a bunch of like leaked stuff, like they're going to have Azula in the game, Zuko and stuff like that, a lot of Avatar characters, as well as from other series as well. And I don't know what's going on with that, but like if you capture that many eyes, you have to do your best to capture basically the famous as well and kind of deliver. And it's easier said than done. The problem is I don't think they expected the game to blow up the way it did, and when it did, they were like, oh my god, we have a lot of eyes on us and we can't drop the ball, and unfortunately it did. Which is why Warner stepped in. I mean, you guys saw a while back. If you didn't, I'll link in the description below, but I did like a little reaction to the Warner game, and the Warner game seems to have everything that the Nickelodeon All-Star game was missing. It has voice acting, it has a lot of beloved characters, I believe it's going to be free as well. And on top of that, there's going to be a lot of events around the game, and they're probably going to monetize it by selling costumes and things like that. That's how you properly release a game like this. Whether or not the Warner game is successful or not depends on how fun it actually is, because for all you know, it just won't be as enjoyable. You know, like I said, I like Nickelodeon All-Stars. It was fun, but man, in my friend circle specifically, we just got bored of it really fast, and we haven't played it since. It's funny too, because I remember when that game first came out, for like a solid 2 weeks, we played it non-stop every single day, and then just something clicked and we just never went back. Now, if they drop a hype character or like a DLC update that adds maybe voices, music, and stuff like that, it might be fun. But for now, I have zero desire to go back to Nickelodeon All-Stars for that reason. But it's not the point. That's not the focus of this. The main focus is going to be, we need what that was for anime games. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's ever going to happen just due to the fact of how hard it is to kind of get licensed together for everybody. But it's not impossible. And the reason why I say that is because we got this game before. If you guys remember the original, I don't know if it's like the original, but one of the more original Jump games was Jump Ultimate, I believe, on the DS, and it was that. It had all those characters from various animes coming down into one place, Smash style. And if we get something like that nowadays, you realize how amazing that would be? Because for starters, here's the thing. When it comes down to anime games, the big joke with them is they're kind of mid and they're not really that good, but we still play them. Why do we play them? Well, the answer is simple. It's because we love these characters. Being able to play as the characters we grew up watching or are currently watching, whether the game is fun or not, is still enjoyable in one way. And that's why we enjoy games like Jump Force to the 7 people that still play the game to this day is because as bad as that game was, people enjoy playing with those characters. I'll be real with you. The only reason why I ever got J-Star's Victory Versus when it first came out was because I wanted to play with Yu Yu Hakusho characters. I remember seeing Hiei and Yusuke and thinking like, oh my god, this is the first time since like Yu Yu Hakusho, the Dark Tournament in the PS2 days, where we get to play these characters. I'm doing this. And then in diving into that game, I discovered so many more shows in the Shonen universe, or in the Jump universe, I should say, that introduced me to Hunter x Hunter and everything else that was basically under that umbrella. So in a way, these games are successful in pushing that stuff, because let's be real, if a Dragon Ball game comes out tomorrow, we're all gonna buy it. If a Naruto game comes out tomorrow, we're all gonna buy it. But if some random game comes out from a show you never heard, you might be like, yeah, I don't really have a reason to buy this, nor will I even hear about it. However, when you drop a compilation of a bunch of great anime characters in one Smash style, we're all gonna buy this game, and that's gonna give you possibilities of discovering new shows, which is the smart part on Shueisha's side. Shueisha needs to make this happen. Shueisha needs to call whoever they need to at Bandai, be like, listen, man, Nickelodeon blew up, Warner blew up with their game. We need to do one right now. Jump Force is shutting down. Let's do Jump Force Ultimate Versus, or whatever you want to call it, and release that. Because I feel like with how simple the games are, creating them isn't as intense as it is creating other games, especially a game like Fighters, where you have to go really in depth with the characters. Because in all reality, all you really do is you license the character out, you add basic movement, you give them like 2 attacks and then like a special attack, and then that's it. And then from there, we have a simple game that anybody can pick up, and then you add kind of like a skill ceiling, or not skill ceiling, like a way to get good at the game, whatever the phrase is. At the top of my head, I'm kind of like blanking out. And then give us that game to play, and I guarantee you it's gonna work. I mean, who here would not enjoy seeing essentially Jump Ultimate come back from the DS days, but on the PS5, on the PC, on the Series X? That would absolutely bang. And again, it will fill in the gap of those games that we don't have right now. Because again, the beauty of, Dragon Ball games right now, as I always like to say, is we cover a little bit of every single ground, where almost everybody has that one game that they enjoy, some more than others, but everything is covered. You got the Dead by Daylight clone coming out later this year, which I still am a big fan of. I don't care what anyone says. That game is a lot of fun, and I have been fiending, and I cannot wait to play that when it comes out. Hopefully we get another beta in the near future, especially with a different character that kind of gives us another taste of the game. And hopefully you also fix the issues with it, but that's something we're going to cross when we get to that point. But I love the fact that we keep getting all these games that just are in the realm of different genres with the Dragon Ball skin on it, and we could use that with other stuff as well. So again, if Jump Force is dying, and here's the thing that's unfortunate, because Jump Force is shutting down, and they probably viewed the game as a failure, even though it sold a pretty decent amount for what their goal usually is. I feel like they view Jump Force as a failure, and they never want to experience or experiment with that game ever again, because of how everything went with that game. Which could potentially mean, because Jump Force failed, they probably will never explore a Smash-style anime game. But at the same time, you got, like I said, you got the Warner game coming out, I believe, later this year. Nickelodeon came out. Even though Nickelodeon kind of like did this, it still has potential to do that. You have a lot of potential to make these games really, really big in the long run. I mean, let's be real. At the end of the day, you're never going to get a recreation of the success that was Smash. I mean, when Smash came out, I remember even being a kid, when that came out, I'm like, Pikachu, Donkey Kong, Mario all fighting in one game. This is weird. This is not going to work. And I remember sitting down playing it and loving it, and then here I am like years later still playing the Smash games that came out. Well, not actively, but you know what I mean. Still playing those games. And I feel like any other company, especially Shueisha and Bandai, which owns all these incredible IPs, they can make this work. Now, unfortunately, like I said, there's probably a bunch of issues in regards to licensing. It's probably easier said than done. On top of that, it's just like, what will they do? Like, I don't know how it works at the end of the day. Because I feel like, in a way, I feel like all the different anime games compete with each other, even in the Dragon Ball realm. Like, probably got Xenoverse competing with Fighters internally, and maybe that might hold the games back as well. But I feel like if they really get together and give us like a Smash-style anime game, it will go really, really far. And if I'm wrong, tell me otherwise. Tell me down below right now it's a bad idea. But comment section below, the last question I'm gonna kind of toss it out there before we end the video is, if they were to do a Smash-style anime game, which character do you main? Just one. You can only pick one character. Which character do you main and why? Let me know down below. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll probably have to go with Hiei. You give me Hiei or even Meruem from Hunter x Hunter, I'm playing those characters 24/7. And if you know anything about me, you know how to play a singular character in a game like Smash. I mean, on the Nickelodeon All-Star game, I've only played Korra. And I never found any other reason to play any other character in the 2-week span that I played it. And on Smash Ultimate, literally, I have never touched any other character outside of a couple times I play random other than Mewtwo. Because Mewtwo is just so fun to me, and that's the only character I care about. So if we ever got a Smash Ultimate game, Hiei and Meruem at the top of my list. And if they ever have, you know, maybe I'll have to have a, I mean, I'm a Dragon Ball fan and Dragon Ball channel. I will also have to have a pocket like Goku as well, kind of tossing it in the mix. But end of the day, my favorite character, hands down, will be anyone from the Yu Yu Hakusho universe, or Meruem if they ever have the Ant King for some reason, which I feel like they wouldn't. But then again, they released them in Jump Force, and that was enough to bring me to the game for like a week when that character first dropped. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, quick discussion video. I want to know your thoughts down below, so let me know what you guys think about a Smash Ultimate Jump game. Again, it happened before, it can happen again, and if they do it the right way, this game can absolutely bang. I mean, look, you can literally, I'll tell you right now, here's the formula. Follow what Warner is doing. Drop the game for free, make it available on like every single platform from Steam to Xbox to, you know, whatever, PS5. Drop the game for free or sell for like 20 bucks or whatever, and then monetize by just selling skins. Now, that's the part where it gets kind of complicated, because even in Fighters, they never release skins. But I guarantee you, if they start dropping characters where they monetize with skins, you know, take for example Goku, give him freaking the Naruto costume he had in Battle Z, people will buy that. You guys will literally print money while we get a fun game end of the day, and a lot of content from the content creation space as well. It is literally genius and brilliant. Toss in a couple raid bosses here and there as well, you have a game that's going to absolutely bang. I promise you. I promise you. There's no reason why this game would not bang, unless of course the gameplay is absolutely awful and they don't get that right. But again, with how much data exists with games like Smash and even all the other knockoffs that we've gotten, it shouldn't be that difficult. All we need is just smooth movements, cool attacks, and like decent balance, and the game should be okay. But then again, this is also easier said than done, because, you know, Bandai is notorious for dropping games where the balance gets completely wacky, with the exception of Fighters. Fighters, I feel like it's done right, and especially right now, Fighters has been pretty balanced in the last year and a half since the game came out. And even when it first came out, it wasn't that unbalanced. Like, you know, people had their metas that they stuck to, and they played, you know, like the same 4 characters. But at the end of the day, they end up getting it just right over time. So they can do that again with a game like Jump Smash Ultimate, whatever they would call it. So yeah. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below on that, and if we ever get something like that, expect a lot of content on the channel with that. Whether it's streaming or videos, it's gonna be a lot of fun to do. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I guess I'll see you guys in the comment section below. Peace.